Hello, this is Reddithan, and welcome to the regular season finale of the TBU. So basically, the deal is with here, unlike the GPC battle from earlier, this one actually is me trying to get into the playoffs. So basically, the deal is that, I'm sorry, I know this is late, by the way, this week is actually playoff week, but, whether I'm gonna be uploading on Friday, we're gonna find out here, but, so basically what the deal is that, because Trevor this week actually lost to Sly, that means that basically because of like how the schedule works and all that, my only way I was gonna miss the playoffs is if I got 4-0'd or more by Trev. So pretty much my game plan was come in, not necessarily win, but do not get 4-0'd. So see his team, I'd say after the changes he made, he probably has the scariest team in the entire league. He actually went undefeated since making those changes. Actually, even since taking over, he won 4 straight. So I was very scared of this team. So I've never actually been Combined Team TBU and both GBC seasons. I've never actually been more than 3-0'd. So I was I was like, okay, please don't let us be the first. So anyway, let's go into the team. I wrote it, Brett. So first up, we have Mega Pinsir because we gotta bring Mega Pinsir. It's like the best mon. Jordan Quick Attack, Knockoff, Sword Stance, pretty self-explanatory. I brought Knockoff just because in case he brings Cofagrigus, because of course once Cofagrigus you get Mummified, then you lose Aerialate, so you can't really touch it with Return. So I wanted Knockoff to hit it. Knockoff also just hits everything else in general, such as Stunfisk or Thundy Eye. It hits both of those pretty hard. So pretty much my game plan, like I said, just don't get 3-0'd. I was really afraid of. The main things I was afraid of with this team were the Terrakion, because I really struggled to find any like switch-ins to like a Terrakion, especially if it's Bandit or SD, and then Mew, because he's played with Mew very well this season. So I was really afraid of that. So really, my main goal was just not get swept by either of those. So I wanted stuff that could limit those from switching in. So Mega Pinsir definitely does that. So next up we have Raikou, and this has got Thunderbolt, Extrasensory, Magnet Rise, and Calm Mind with the Psychium Z. I almost called the Psychium Z. Thank you, Rufus. The Psychium Z. This has got Thunderbolt, Extrasensory, Magnet Rise, and Calm Mind. Pretty much. This keeps Terrakion from actually being a kind of a check to this thing, and it actually turns Raikou into a check to a Terrakion, because Terrakion does not live a Shattered Psyche. So that was really my only way, because my goal was pretty much just to catch him off guard. Like if I was able to catch him off guard, his Terrakion off guard with his Selectivire, then I was in good shape. So that was kind of the plan there. Magnet Rise and Calm Mind, because of course that lets me set up on Stunfisk like easily. I wanted that over HP Ice because I don't know, I just didn't really think I really needed it. I think the Magnet Rise plus Calm Mind was a lot more helpful in just overall dealing with this team, because that lets me set up many Calm Minds on that Stunfisk. So yeah, next up we have Torkoal. This is Spadef with Lava Flame, Solar Beam, Stealth Rock, and Rapid Spin. Solar Beam, of course, so it makes Manaphy and Terrakion, of course, not switch-ins. And then you got the rest because it's Torkoal, that's what it does. I mainly wanted this thing because I noticed that my team was pretty Vanillix weak. Vanillix really struggled with finding switch-ins for it, especially with that Freeze Dry, and Torkoal does that. Even if it's like HP Ground, I can still take a few of those. And then, of course, I get rid of the Hail with the Drought, and then I can kill it with a Lava Plume, so that's the deal there. I also wanted Stealth Rocks because they're very good against his team, and I didn't bring Skarmory because I didn't think Skarmory had that great of a matchup against him. Next up, we have Physically Defensive Mudsdale, and this was kind of my Terrakion counter / check. This is really like the only thing that could really reliably switch in on it a bunch. Earthquake, of course, hits the Terrakion, and then Toxic to hit everything else that Earthquake can hit. Mainly the Thunderous and the Thunderous and the Talonflame. So for that, Rock Slide hits those, but I also wanted to be able to rare down Cofagrigus and Mew. Next up, we have Rufus with Infestation, Toxic Rain Dance, and Rest. Like I said before, I was really afraid of the Mew, so this was really kind of my way to stop that. I can trap it in Toxic and then just stall it out with Rest and Rain Dance. This is really just for Mew, but it also gave me it also let me switch into a Thunderous, which my team kind of had some trouble with, as well as Stunfisk. It just overall was good typing wise. This stuff, and I ran the Rest and Spadef because I wanted to be able to handle Vanilluxe better if it came down to that. And finally, we have a Suicune with the Rando Berry. It's called Mirror Coat Roar Tailwind. This was to deal with the Manaphy, so the Manaphy didn't get out of hand, and also just in general, it was nice against the team, of course, with like the Terrakion and stuff. So, yeah. So that's the team I brought. Basically, like I said, my goal just don't get 3-0 or don't get 4-0'd, and we're in the playoffs. So, yeah, let's go right into the battle and see how that worked out. All right, here we are in the battle. So he pretty much brought exactly what I expected. I wasn't sure if he was going to bring the Cofagrigus, but yeah, he ended up bringing it anyway, as over the Manaphy. So I thought that one of those was going to come, and not the other. So he did decide to go with the Cofagrigus. So yeah. So anyway, so pretty much like I said, I just don't want to get 4-0'd. If I don't get 4-0'd, we're good. So yeah. So let's go right in the battle. As there's Laquisha. I guarantee you that is Trev. That's. It looks like Laquisha, but it's Trev. So I'm going to lead with the Goodra, as I expected the Mew lead, which is exactly what he does. Expected either the Mew or the Stunfisk. Either way, I'm equipped to trap them in and then stall them out with Toxic and Infestation. So that's exactly what I do. However, the Mew actually reveals that it is a Calm Mindset. So I was pretty afraid of that. I was like, okay, I don't know what moves this has. Let's just Toxic it and hope that Goodra can stall it out here as he gets the leftovers. I wasn't really sure what I was expecting. I was expecting more of like a taunt, like stall breaking kind of set, but yeah, he brought a, because I didn't really have any other removers. I expected possibly a Defog or something, but no. So I Toxic it there. So the Mew is on a timer still, so it's going to be taking Toxic damage and Infestation damage, as I get Toxic as well, but of course on the Hydration set. So I was prepared for that. So really actually is the Psyshock, not the Psychick. So yeah, if I decided to put the extra in Fizz stuff, that would have been really nice, but I do not. So unfortunately, we do get 2 KO'd by that. So yeah, this Goodra is going to go down below half here, which tells me, yeah, I should probably get out right now. However, the Mew is taking a bit of damage from the Infestation and the Toxic, so it's definitely going to be taking quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to switch out here, and I'm going to go into the Raikou. I mean, not the Raikou. I mean the Suicune, the other Doggo, as get my pressure off as he does go for the Side Shock there. So here, I was like, you know what? I can take anything from this thing. I'm just gonna, hold on, his turns take a long time. All right. So I actually do decide to stay in and just go for the Mirror Coat here, because either he tries to set up more and he takes more toxic damage, or I just Mirror Coat and take it out. And so yeah, I do just go for the Mirror Coat and take out the Mew. So yeah, there's one Mon down. I just need to kill 2 more, and we make playoffs. So that was kind of the deal with that. So here's the Cofagrigus. Especially looks really cool with the no black lines and all that. I like how it looks. I'm just gonna go into Goodra because this thing can't really do that much unless it's like some sort of nasty plot set. But I figured that would have been weird. So here she goes for the Toxic Spikes, which I completely forgot this thing had access to. So that's actually kind of bad, because that kind of pokes a hole in a few of my strategies. Namely makes Torkoal much less of a switch to Vanilluxe, and it also makes Raikou much more difficult to set up with. So I should go for the Rain Dance here. I probably should have predicted. I knew that there was a good chance the Terrakion was coming in, so I should have possibly switched or gone for something else. But I just go for the Rain Dance there just to get rid of my Toxic. But yeah, it probably was not the best play. I was just trying to really play safe at this point, so that was kind of why I did that. So I'm going to go into Mudsdale here, as I know Mudsdale can take 2 close combats no matter what this set is. So he does go for the close combat, revealing this thing is actually Choice Banded. So that did so much damage. Yeah. So of course I'm able to live another one with a stamina boost, but yeah. So this thing is not as reliable as a switch in as I thought it was before. So yeah. So he knows he has to switch out. I know that I need to preserve this Mudsdale and make sure that it can switch into more close combats in the future, so I'm just going to rest up here, actually. yeah, I just need to get back up to full, preferably. Here, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do to this Cofagrigus because I really didn't have much to deal with it specifically. So I'll just try to sleep talk here and get the toxic, hopefully. As I actually do get the rest, so a little unlucky there. I kind of was banking on getting the toxic, but didn't happen. As you realize, he has the hex, which does a little less than half. So yeah, that's not going to be something I really want to deal with, especially because I outspeed it, so I can't get like the slow rest off. So I actually do just go for the sleep up again, trying to get the toxic again this time, because then I can rest next turn. Because I already burned a turn of sleep on the switch in, so I do, but I get the earthquake this time. So yeah, no luck here. Unfortunately, not like my match against Sky a few weeks ago. So he's gonna go for the hex. I'm gonna go down 2 really low to get another stamina boost. That's pointless because I'm just taking hex damage. As I do get the leftovers a bit, and I'm just actually gonna go for a rest here just to get the recovery that I want. Actually, no, I might actually... No, did I go for the rest? I might have actually just gone for the toxic here. Here, let's see what I did. Oh, actually switches out here, and he goes into the Thunderous. I guess predicting the switch, but I really wasn't planning on doing anything else, because I really had nothing to really switch in on that. So, I just toxic the Thunderous here, which is really nice. So, yeah, so the Thunderous is going to be... Thunderous is now on a bit of a timer, so that's nice, I guess. So here I do want to preserve Mudsdale, because I can still get rests up if he on the Stunfisk or the Cofagrigus, or possibly the Terrakion if it locks itself into a Stone Edge or something. So I figured it was much more useful to keep around than Suicune, because I don't really need Suicune at this point. So yeah, so I'm just going to take the HP Fire, which they actually live, but I'm going to die to the Poison Mystery. So down goes Suicune, unfortunately. So here I just go into Rufus here, because I know Rufus can really take anything from this thing. As I do go for the Rain Dance again here, I believe. As he goes into Terrakion, yeah, I figured Terrakion. So I actually make this mistake twice. I should have just gone for Toxic or Infestation on this thing, but. You know, who makes good plays, really? That's the question. I'm gonna get the hydration and get a little bit more leftovers recovery. So that's always nice, if anything. So here I just do switch into Mudsdale. I was pretty much just stacking it because I really didn't want to lose anything else. So yeah, he actually does go for the Stone Edge, and he hits. So yeah, if I just let Goodra die there, then I would have been able to rest back up with Mudsdale, but I didn't really see the point. So, yeah, I'm just going to get some leftovers back, and then I'm going to go down to the poison, unfortunately. So, there goes Mudsdale, and now I'm going to go into Raikou, and because I figured this thing would not be expecting because if at that point it appeared my main Terrakion check was a Mudsdale, so I didn't think he would expect the Shattered Psyche here, so I actually just go for it. He actually leaves his Terrakion in, as so yeah, I go for the Shattered Psyche. First time I actually clicked a Z move. Second time I actually clicked a Z move. First time was against Riz with the Z Dig. So Raikou going for another Z move, and actually taking out the Terrakion. Coolest animation ever. So that was huge. That was huge in this battle, because now he can only afford to lose one more Mon, and his biggest threat to me is now gone. So. Yeah, that was gigantic for me to be able to pick that up. So I'm going to actually preserve Raikou, because it's pretty nice against the rest of his team. I'm actually going to Goodra, because Goodra doesn't really care what the Stunfisk wants to do, as he goes for the Stealth Rock. So yeah, they do get the hydration there. So get a bit more leftovers at this point, which is really nice. And here I believe I do just go for the Infestation. Yeah, as he goes into the Vanillix, and do I go for there's no warning on that. Yeah, we know that. So I do go for the Toxic here, actually, because I knew that Vanillix was likely his only switch, and Vanillix was the only thing that could actually take out Goodra at this point. Everything else just kind of got walled by it. So I knew the Vanillix was likely coming in, so I wanted to get the Toxic off, just wear down this thing, because if I can force this thing to switch in enough and eventually drop to the toxic and stuff, then we win. Because like I said, I only need, or we don't win, but we make the playoffs because Trev needs to 4-0 me in order for him to make the playoffs and for me to not make the playoffs. So Torkoal does get the does come in and gets the sun up, taking rocks damage. So we get rid of this thing's hail. However, he hits the blizzard anyway. So but so Torkoal's actually going to take quite a bit from that, but he does lose life orb recoil, which is really, really nice because between life orb and toxic, this thing is going to be taking so much damage. Even if he's able to kill me here with like hidden power, then he still is going to take quite a bit of damage. So that's actually what he tries to do. He goes for the HP ground here on the Torkoal. I decided to let it die, just because and letting this thing take more damage is really, really perfect. And I didn't really want to risk anything. So here I actually go into the Raikou, and I'm going to set up Calm Mind. Either he stays in and he takes more life orb damage and more toxic damage, or he switches out and I get a free Calm Mind up. So I knew that I was good in that matchup either way. So I actually do go for the extra sensory actually. So yeah, the Stunfisk actually comes in on that, and I'm just going to go for the Magnet Rise here because this is where we're talking about how the Toxic Spikes actually made Raikou's job a lot harder, because had he not had Toxic Spikes up, Raikou would just be able to pretty much set up a bunch of Calm Minds on this thing and then possibly just sweep from there. But since he had the Toxic Spikes up, I was on a timer, and even though his discharges wouldn't be doing that much at all, I'd still be taking poison damage. So yeah, so as you see here with the discharge, that does absolutely nothing. So had I not been poisoned, that would have been that probably would have been like GG by then. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So I'm just gonna get another extra sensory here off, as it actually does quite a bit. So pretty much at this point, I was just like trying to get as little chance for him to come in with or little chance for him to switch into a knockoff from Pinsir as possible. So I'm going to go for another extra sensory here as the Stunfisk hangs on, but it's within knockoff range at this point. So really the only thing standing in the way is either Vanillix or the Thundurus. Whatever, if he's able to deal with Pinsir and Goodra, he wins. So here actually, and here at this point, I decided Goodra the safer play, because if I go for the Infestation here, then he goes into Vanillix and he actually takes Infestation damage, he takes Toxic damage, and he takes the Life Orb damage. So I figured that that was really my only play at this point. Just hope that Vanillix is going to take enough damage to the point where I'm able to where it's able to die to the Infestation plus the Toxic. And if we were playing just to win and not to get the 3-0, I actually probably would have switched into Pinsir here, because then Goodra is my best chance to sweep or like clean up the rest of his team. But I figured that just leaving it in here and hoping that I can clean up with Pinsir would be my best play at this point, because Pinsir, because I didn't expect Thundurus to be able to switch into all of that. So he actually does lose the HP, and now he dies to Toxic. So maybe Pinsir would have been the best play anyway. I don't know, but that seemed like the safest play to me at that point, just to do that. So the Vanillix goes down, and we make the playoffs. So what happens here at this point doesn't actually matter. Spoilers, we died to a T-Bolt, but it doesn't matter because pretty much Trev's victory here, it was he had to 4-0 me for him to make the playoffs, and for me not to make the playoffs. And with that Infestation, he couldn't. So yeah, so we win. We don't win, we lose, but in this loss is a victory, and it's probably the bigger victory, and that we are in the playoffs. So yes, the Tynamos, after clinching playoffs in the GPC, we now clinch playoffs in the TBU. So yeah, we got that going up. Hopefully tomorrow, because that'd be ideal, and hopefully this battle goes up on Thursday, to where saying it goes up on Friday, which is tomorrow, would be the you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, we were actually facing Riz, and hopefully we're able to pull through with that. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Redathin, and I will see you in the playoffs. So yeah, see you then, and goodbye.